Jack believed his money and status granted him the right to challenge Captain Oliver Winston, the steadfast royal guard. When he reached for Oliver's sword in a blatant display of disrespect, the guard's composed yet powerful reaction left everyone around them utterly shocked. What followed not only shattered Jack's arrogance but also sparked a viral phenomenon that no one could have predicted. But it all started with one daring move on a bustling London day. The dazzling sun of London reflected off the stained glass windows of Westminster Palace, creating an atmosphere of solemnity and grandeur. In front of the palace, on the bustling square, stood Captain Oliver Winston, a proud representative of the Royal Guard. His sharp uniform, gleaming helmet, and majestic sword attracted the attention of thousands of tourists eager to take memorable photos. Suddenly, a young tourist named Jack burst out from the crowd, full of energy and clearly intent on causing trouble. He rushed toward Oliver, loudly shouting, "Hey guard, give us an autograph!" The crowd froze for a moment, watching this bold move. Oliver maintained his composure, responding with a slight smile. "Of course, if you have pens." But Jack was relentless. He grabbed the hilt of Oliver's sword, attempting to pull it from the guard's hands, instantly sparking a wave of emotions among the spectators. Seconds felt like hours as Oliver, demonstrating incredible skill, stepped back, keeping the sword at a safe distance. The crowd erupted in applause and cheers of support, but Jack wasn't backing down. His actions immediately became the subject of cameras, and the video of the moment began to gain traction. Encouraged by his initial success, Jack and his friends decided to stoke the flames even further. They started tossing coins and souvenirs at Oliver's feet, trying to distract him and provoke a stronger reaction. Oliver remained calm, continuing to collect the coins and setting an example of true restraint. "You really think we're going to cry over your coins?" Jack sarcastically shouted, raising his camera for another selfie. He attempted to grab the sword again, but Oliver, anticipating his moves, deftly dodged without losing his dignity. Meanwhile, the crowd began sharing the video on social media, and the view count skyrocketed. Comments were split. Some supported the guard, admiring his professionalism, while others laughed at the tourists' attempts to incite a conflict. The climax came when Jack, desperate to make a final move, decided to take one last shot. He grabbed the sword and tried to push it toward Oliver's horse. The sword slipped from his hands, hitting the ground with a loud clatter, and immediately bounced back to him, leaving him bewildered and embarrassed. At that moment, a little girl with a dropped doll ran out of the crowd, crying. She approached Oliver, trembling with fear, and asked for help. In an instant, Captain Winston made a decision, breaking protocol. He carefully lifted the girl into his arms, comforting her. "It's okay, sweetie. Don't be scared," he gently said, looking into the child's eyes. His actions instantly changed the atmosphere in the square. The crowd, seeing the human side of the guard, began to applaud and support him even more fervently. Jack, watching what was happening, realized that his attempts to provoke a negative reaction had backfired. He knelt on the ground, trying to pick up the sword, but could no longer find any support among the onlookers. The video of this moment went viral, showcasing not just the conflict, but an example of true honor and dignity. The video capturing the conflict and Oliver's subsequent reaction spread worldwide, garnering millions of views. People admired the guard's steadfastness and condemned the tourists' behavior. Jack became the subject of ridicule and criticism, his attempts to disrupt order resulting only in shame. Local authorities, responding to the public's negative reaction, decided to expel the group of tourists for inappropriate behavior. Jack and his friends received official warnings and were required to apologize to Oliver and the public. Despite all the commotion, Oliver returned to his post with a slight smile. He adjusted his helmet and took his place once more, demonstrating that true strength lies in restraint and dignity. The crowd around him applauded, expressing their respect and gratitude for the example he set. The story concluded on a positive note. Traditions and culture were preserved, and Captain Winston became a symbol of resilience and honor, inspiring people to respect heritage and history.